So good day everyone, good day ma'am. We are here to discuss our study which is the assessment of online education on academic performance for Generation C in Cavite State University-Imus campus.
We choose this topic because we want to know what could be the possible outcome or effect of online education of academic performance of Generation C. So first, let us discuss the points that include in our introduction. So the first key points that I'm about to discuss is the importance of education to peoples and country. Education is very important in a person's life and it's useful in everyday life. Education makes humans smartest creation of the earth. It empowers the people and get them ready to face challenges in life efficiently. It opens doors and creates opportunities to many people. Nobody can deny the fact that education is extremely important for bringing change in all of us. Like what the other said, education is the only treasure that cannot be stolen. It is essential for everyone. Education plays an important role in molding people to become successful. When it comes from the country's viewpoint, even the education plays an important role. Education will give us opportunity to become a productive member of civilized society by acquiring all necessary skills. It promotes the economic system and social system by giving academic knowledge and employable skill. Education system determines the development of a country. So the second one is implementation of online education due to COVID-19 in the Philippines. So we all know that when the COVID-19 came in the Philippines, all of face-to-face class are suspended by the government. So due to the COVID-19, the government of the Philippines and the CHED or Commission on Higher Education implemented an online education. So the third key point is flexible learning. So when the government and the CHED implemented online education, it happened through flexible learning. So what is flexible learning? Flexible learning is the design and delivery of courses and learning intervention that address learners' unique needs in terms of place, pace, process, and products of learning. It involves the use of digital and non-digital technology. It can be online and offline learning, or it can be the both of two. There are types of flexible learning which are online, where the delivery of instruction needs online classroom. Learning materials are in digital format, webcast, podcast, audio, video, and other online materials. Offline is the second, which means it is the learning mode where the students do not need the use of internet. Learning is done through printed modules. The third is blended learning, which is the combination of online and offline. So the fourth key points are the advantages and effects of online education to academic performance. According to the studies of International Journal of Medical Research and Health Sciences in 2019, students are performing better in e-learning than those who studying face-to-face. They are also believe that e-learning is offering pressures for higher education institutions. The main purpose of e-learning is to increase accessibility of education and reducing costs and time as well as improving students' academic performance. The last key points are the Generation C. So what are the Generation C? Generation Z are the people who were born after 1996. So this generation grew up with the growth of technologies. According to an article written by Francis N. Hoppel in 2020, this generation raised and exposed with the internet, social media, and mobile system. This generation is comfortable learning alongside using digital tools such as online forums. According to the study done by Barnes and Noble College in 2018, 89% of Generation Z rated a college education as valuable. For them, they seen college as the path of good job. According to Trin Saupi in 2019, Gen Zers are used to be passive learners in education industry. They are not interested in showing up in class, sitting through a lectures, and taking notes that they will memorize for an exam. They do not see also college is a key of success. As much as they know and lean through digital technologies, they jump through entrepreneur and start their own business. So now we are moving into the statement of the problem, which is the research problem. So number 1, what is the impact of online learning education to academic performance of Generation Z? Number 2, what is the relationship of online education on academic performance? Number 3, what is the difference between online learning and traditional learning? Number 4, what are the problems and constraints of using technology and online education? Number 5, is there a significant between the demographic profile to academic performance on online education? Number 6, is there a significant difference between the impact of online learning and traditional learning to Generation Z? In this research problem, it aims to know what are the possible outcomes of the study. So we are moving to research objective. Identify the demographic profile of Generation Z participants in Cavite State University. Age, gender, civil status, residency, and educational attainment. To determine the impact of online learning education to academic performance of Generation Z. To determine the relationship of online education and academic performance. To determine the difference between online learning and traditional learning. To determine the problem and constraints of using technology in online education. To test the significance between the demographic profile to academic performance on online education. To test the significance difference between the impact of online learning and traditional learning to Generation Z. So we're heading to the significance of the study. It targets the people who will benefit by this study. So number 1, future researchers. Number 2, students. Number 3, teachers. And lastly, the schools. The scope and limitation of the research. The focus of the study is to find out the major factors and effects of online education to academic performance within the Generation Z's student in Cavite State University-Imus campus, age 18 to 23 years old. The following became part of the considerations to achieve the main goal of this study, which is to know if the Philippines is ready to go with online education.
So now I'm going to discuss the frameworks of this study. So first we were going to discuss the theoretical framework. So this our theoretical framework shows what could be the possible things to happen during online class that will affect on their academic performance. It's pretty obvious that the system gives an ease to student, but how will the students learn well if there are many distractions during their online class? So the second framework, which is the conceptual framework, this framework represent the input process and the output of the study. The independent variable are the demographic profile of Gen Z respondents, devices that they're using, internet connection that they have, and the soft copy that they're using during after the class. The process that this data will be used is the most common step, which is the survey questionnaire, data gathering, analyzing the data, and finalizing the data. So after conducting the process, output will appear, which is the assessment of online class on academic performance for Gen Z students in Cavite State University-Imus campus. So now I'll be discussing the definition of terms. The first one is Generation C. Generation C features avid gamers and music goers, and they are known for being ever-present messaging on the internet, on social networks, and on mobile system. And their age range from 5 to 4, um, year 1996 to 2015. The second one is pandemic. This is an outbreak worldwide because of the disease like coronavirus disease. And the third one, CHED or Commission on Higher Education. They in charge with promoting relevant and quality higher education, ensuring access to quality higher education, and guaranteeing and protecting academic freedom for continuing intellectual growth. The fourth one, Memorandum Order. The designating something to be remembered, especially something to be done or acted upon in the future. Reminder, a record or written statement of something. And flexible learning is a method of learning where students are given freedom in how, what, when, and where they learn. And how students are grouped during learning and how time is used throughout teaching. Webcast, a video broadcast of an event transmitted across the internet. Podcast, this is an audio file made available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device, typically available as a series, new installments of which can be received by subscriber automatically. Online learning, o- online learning is education that takes place over the internet. It is often referred to as e-learning among other terms, and it's so effective because a student can finish their homework quickly and there is more time left for hobbies. Offline learning, this is a system this is a type of system where client producer procedure that can allow user the study courses using their personal computer as well as allow faculty to track and record their learning. Blended learning combines classroom learning with online learning, in which student can in a part control the time, pace, and place of their learning. There are six types of blended learning such as face-to-face driver model, rotation model, flex model, online lab model, self-blend model, and online driver model. And lastly, LMS, or which we call learning management system. A learning management system is a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, automation, and delivery of educational courses, training programs, or learning development programs. So, after discussing our research, we've tasked to answer these 5 questions, which are: why do you want to pursue it, and who will benefit it, what will be the impact to society, who will be your respondents, and lastly, are you sure that you can gather all ideas, RRL, supporting documents readily, participants are as your respondents. So, I'm going to answer the first question, which is the why do you want to pursue it. So, most likely we want to pursue this study for us to know what are the factors that could be possibly happen what could be the possible factors during online class, and what could be the factors that may distract the students during online class, and that's all. Then the second one,
Is who will benefit it. So, the one who will benefit it is the future researchers. They can gather data in our research study in their future research. Second is the students and teachers. The research will benefit the students and teachers on how they gather data and make study for their research. As per this thesis, they will know what will be the effects and good benefits of online education. The teachers will also know how to teach proper way when it comes to online teaching. And lastly, the school. It will help the school by giving the information to the student and teachers when it comes in online education.
So the third one, what will be the impact this research to the society? So first, the impact of this is the research, so that they will know what they will know what are the ways that teachers or prof doing during the online class. I mean, ways of teaching for student, and the society will know about if this kind of study or learning system will success and will improve the academic performance of the students. And the fourth one
is who will be your respondents. So our respondents will be the Generation C students ages with 18 to 23 years old of Cavite State University-Imus campus.
So, ayun, lastly, are you sure that you can gather all ideas RRL, supporting documents readily, participant as your respondent? So, as for, based on our review of related literature, we can say that we gathered all the supported documents and other stuff that connected to our research or study that can help the reader or the students to understand more our research. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.